Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the hottest podcast around. That's right, we're on episode 99. Tomorrow is our 100th episode, and we're only 6 months in. But I can't take all the credit because I have this awesome 7-foot tall guest tonight, Mr. Jackson Price. Oh, and I do have the host that blabs a lot, who thinks he talks a lot, who thinks he can actually keep an intelligent conversation, but he actually talks like paint is drying, Nathan Noss. And then our co-host, he thinks he's a managing wrestler. He thinks he's going to run a wrestling compound. He has that money up there, so he pretends like he's important. And, ladies and gentlemen, he hates panda bears. That's right. He hates the cuddly little black and white panda bears. Mr. Dodge, you yelled at me yesterday for not giving you a longer intro than Mr. Noss. Well, you know what? Read between the lines today, jackass. I just gave you a longer intro than anybody. Now, on with the show. So, Jackson, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, where do you want me to start? So, name is Jackson Price. I'm out of Spokane and Spoke-Compton for the uninitiated, and I am current leader of the hottest franchise team around, the A Team, and I'm looking for recruits. We're looking for recruits. If anybody wants to join, send them DMs.
Very cool. So, remember how we talked before the show, Dodge, about he can crush you? Doesn't he literally live like 20 minutes from you?
Shush, please. You're like an hour and a half away, so calm down.
Don't let him fool you. He's in a little college town. You know, you may know it. It starts with a P.
Oh, see, I have this thing called Google, and that tells me where people live. So,
we can always, I have you on Facebook. I can always slide his address into it.
Ooh, that's even easier.
So why don't we start the questions today with this first question is brought to you by the ever-loving Pandemonium. So, Dodge, why don't you start us off?
Fuck pandas. Okay.
Rude.
Sir, sorry. I was complimenting on pandas. Your scariest injury in your career?
Your scariest injury in career, it was my first time wrestling in front of Gangrel, actually. And I went over the top rope backwards, and I held on and tore my pectoral muscle, my rotator cuff, and my bicep. And I went backstage and was holding my arm, and I didn't know what happened. I was just like, "Oh man, God, I don't know what happened." Gangrel comes over and he looks at me. He said, "What'd you do?" I told him. He gets it. He's like, "You tore it." Like, "Oh, Gangrel, don't tell me that." He says, "I've done it too. You'll be okay. Toughen up." I was like, "Well, now I have to. It's the Vampire Warrior. I can't cry."
Right?
Like, you can't look bad in front of him.
No.
So that would be it. Nothing, not horrible, but it was enough.
All right, Mr. Yappy, it's your turn.
Who were your wrestling heroes growing up?
Wrestling heroes growing up. So I come from the Monday Night War era. So it was, flipping between channels. And it was Goldberg and Undertaker. Always those two back and forth. But then as time went on and the E won out, then it was always Undertaker, 100%. I was one of the guys that cried when he lost the streak. So I was one of the guys that cried when he put his boots in the ring. So I remember all that too fondly.
So. It really made me cry, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
I can't believe it happened. But
yeah, it's I always connected with him probably because of my size was part of it, and just the mystique and
yes.
he was a character that withstood time because there was no other gimmick
Nobody could
characters.
replace him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all your Repo Men and farmers were dead, but the Undertaker survived, made his way
True.
through it. So
Yeah.
the one gimmick out of everything, and that was the one that stuck. So
Yeah.
I always
Agreed.
had much respect for that.
All right. Well, let's get into some fun stuff. Let's get into a friend of ours and a person that's appeared on our podcast a couple of times already. Tell us about your feuds with Mr. JB Moonshine.
JB Moonshine.
And is that real moonshine in his jug? We want to know.
Did I ever feud with him? I know we've had some matches. I don't think we had any legit feuds, to be honest. But when I was starting out, I had a couple matches against him when he was tagged up with Lance Dean.
Yep.
And I know he's had another tag partner somewhere in there. But so nothing crazy with that. But I will give you a good jug story. So we were at a show, and he was getting ready to go on. And before he did, he left his jug backstage, and the promoter was being kind of a dick and actually poured some vodka into his jug. He had no idea. He goes out there, he's doing his whole shtick, and then swigs back and spits it out. Everybody's laughing, and I'm like, man, that was rude. I'd be pissed. I would have been pissed if it was me. It was funny, but I'd have been pissed. And he just had this look on his face, and everybody, it's like, damn, they ripped him hard. So that one time, yes.
Wow.
So there you have it, people. Normally there is not moonshine in that jug.
Except for that one time.
Well,
Except for that one time.
and now, who knows? Maybe he got a taste for it after that. So,
Well, yeah, that's true.
It
so
only takes one sip. That's
it's a different one now.
it. Yeah, right.
All right, you panda murderer, your question.
All I know is when we had him on the podcast, he made me dizzy because he never sat still at his house, so he was constantly going around and around.
All right, panda murderer, your question.
You're welcome. Favorite 5 female indie wrestlers today?
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, okay.
After 4 is 5.
So, I don't watch a lot of wrestling. I just don't have time. But I know I can give you 5. So, Brooke Havoc.
Oh yeah.
Bussy. Well, actually, no. That she's part of Bussy. Alley Cat.
Alley Cat. Okay.
She's the tag team partner with I can't think of his name top of my head. Effie. Effie's
Yep.
tag team partner. So Alley Cat. Viperous.
Yes.
I'm gonna come local. Amira.
Yep.
And just because she helped me become a wrestler and who I am, I'll go with the Fallen Flower Kikyo.
Kikyo. Okay.
So,
Those are good 5s. Vipers is amazing.
yeah. She puts on a really good show. I saw her once. It was a lot of
Yep.
fun.
Always in SoCal.
Well, the Cali girls, they know how to throw down.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nate.
Can you tell us about the tag match that the A-Team had against Rashad Tyson?
Which one? Are you
The
talking
one
when
that-
I put him through a table?
No, the one where he was teamed up with the Northman.
And I don't know if I remember. Is that when I put him through a table?
Don't remember there being a table. I remember your partner being crazy when he got in the ring, and then somebody threw water to him.
Let's hear the table story. That's going to be a much
I'm
better story.
enjoying this whole.
I don't
Did
remember.
I put him through a table?
That's
That's a
the
very
only thing
friendly move.
apparently the only thing I remember about Rashad is putting him through a table. I can't think of. I don't know the match you're talking about. I didn't know I'd have to study my back catalog for this podcast.
Come on, didn't
Shit.
you get the emails? Come on.
Nah, if I didn't. Damn. Yeah, give me a hint here. Give me something to go off of.
Well, the lady never got her water back because your partner drank it.
Was it Orion or Lance? That was my partner. Do you remember? Lance? Yeah, he drinks everybody's water. He drinks everybody's beer too if you let him. Got us almost kicked out of Canada for that one.
Oh god.
No, I don't remember. So give me a
Too
different
many
question.
chair shots.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go with the match where you put Rashad through the table.
I was waiting for that, Nate.
was
I think it was a big blow-off match, and so at the time I was still pretty new, and I was trying to figure out. I didn't want to be your stereotypical big guy. All right, and what I mean by that is I didn't want to do big boots. I didn't want to do choke slams. I wanted to stay away from that. So I was trying to find different things to do. Well, we had this big match, and I told Rashad, I was like, okay, it'd be perfect payoff. I'll put you to this table. Okay, well, how are you going to do it? The scoop slam? I said, no, I'm trying to get over the world's strongest slam. So I was giving that a try, and I'd been doing that for a few months and working on it. So we get through there, and we get to our spot, and I go to pick him up, and the first thing I think of is I'm doing a world's strongest slam through a horizontal table, and he's horizontal. Like, how is this exactly going to work? Because his weight distributed wise is not how the table should break. So I guess I'm just going to have to force it through. So I pick him up, and boom, right through the table we go. Okay, perfect. Well, when I did that, it got him pretty good in the back, which was fine because I held on to him. That was my fault. But when I slammed him, I didn't let go, and so my fist went completely through the table with him and onto the ground. So I had jacked up my wrist to the point you can't see, but I had dislocated a bone in my wrist, and I didn't know what was going on for a while, and so it never healed properly, so I still have a little bit of wrist issues. But after that, I did not do the World's Strongest Slam anymore. So I learned not to do that move, especially in putting somebody through a table. It just didn't work for me. But Rashad, he definitely did not like going through that table, because when you're about 6.5 feet in the air, being thrown through a table at full force by a 300+ pound man, yeah.
It's not a massage.
No, yeah, I'm sure he needed one afterwards, but
Oh yeah.
not for me.
God, now my back hurts just thinking about it. Oh my god.
And for the record, Mr. Nas, we will have Rashard on next week, and you can be sure to ask him that same question.
Oh yeah, ask him about
Yes,
that.
I will.
How did the table taste?
Yeah, ask him that. I guarantee he'll remember. And if he plays dumb, then tell him I'll put him through another one so he remembers.
Okay,
Just
so
a little
my-
reminder.
Yeah, really. So my question is actually a two-part question. First of all, what is your pre-match ritual and your post-match ritual?
Oh man, I'm a clean boy. Pre-match, I guess it depends where I'm at in the card, but I like to be isolated, come by myself and just relax and focus on what's going on, and go over whatever I need to in the match, and then go in there. Post-match, kind of the same thing. I come back, and I don't eat before a match, except like
Smart move.
well before a match. And so usually right afterwards, once I kind of have calmed down from the adrenaline, then I'll get my power bar and some chicken and rice, and kind of go relax and watch the rest of the show and eat. Nothing exciting. I'm pretty boring with that stuff.
Typical giant.
Yeah, I know. We're a bunch of assholes. Boring people. I'm sorry. I don't drink 147 beers like Andre.
You'll get there. You'll get
Yeah,
there. I believe.
yeah.
I believe.
I appreciate that. Later stages of my career.
Right.
All right. Panda
All
takes
right.
it apple, throws it in Dodge's face. Your question.
Top 5 indie male wrestling.
You give me this indie male wrestling bullshit.
Oh,
okay.
you want me to change it up? I can.
No. I told you I don't watch a lot of wrestling. Okay, but I can.
But you've
do this
been in
one.
the business 7 years, so you know indie wrestlers, right?
Okay, number 1, my boy Tom Lawler. Love Tom Lawler. I have a good Lawler story for you guys if you want it. So love Tom Lawler. Who's number 1? Number 2, only because might sound bad, but I'm only throwing it in there because he's probably given me my best match that I've had. No, he really wouldn't be indie. I was gonna say Larry D. He was on Impact, or he wouldn't be indie.
Actually, I would still count that.
I would
because
still
he's
put it
back
in.
on
Count
the
I would
indie
still
map,
count that.
so-
Okay, so Larry D. And he's a sweetheart, really nice guy. Number 3, Charlie Haas.
Oh,
I know he's back on the indies now. Charlie Haas is a sweetheart as well. Super nice guy. Great worker. TJP, being out here right
great
now.
guy.
He is as well. And then probably Zicky Dice. His character work is great. And he's a lot of fun. He always has something either funny or stupid to say, and it comes out funny. So
Definitely TJ. I met the guy like so many times and have nothing but positive things about him.
yeah, TJP, he's dope. He's really nice. He's a great wrestler. So
I wish WWE
over
kept
him.
him somehow.
He's way better on the indies right now. He can flourish a lot better
True.
because he can wrestle how he wants to. So I think, yeah.
Nate?
So I would really like to hear that Tom Lawler story because I'm a big Tom Lawler fan myself. So.
Okay, so the last show up here that he was at, he was wrestling Danny Limelight. So Limelight, it was the first time I met. He was pretty dope too. So him and Limelight are on outside of the ring, and Lawler sets him up, scoop slam, runs around the ring, kicks him in the chest. All right, crowd loves it. He cheers. He asks the crowd, one more. Crowd says, yeah. Okay, perfect. So he takes Danny, he sets him over off to the side. Lawler then proceeds to run around the entire building that, like on the outside, that this wrestling event was held at, ran around all the way around the building. We're looking for him. Like, he's really running around the fucking building right now. Then all of a sudden you see him in the distance in the dark. He comes back. It was outside show. Comes over, goes to kick, gets cut off. All that to get cut off. Damn. And I talked to him after the show and was like, how was that run? The building was a lot bigger than I thought it was. I got about halfway around. I said, damn, I got a long way to go still. I was like, man, Lawler, you are a class act. I love you. So that's my recent Lawler story. He's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
And that does
I'm
not surprise me at all.
I'm shocked you brought up Limelight. That boy, he came from SoCal and just he's an amazing talent. I respect him. He actually got me my first DJ gig at a promotion out in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
He mentioned, hey, Big Money's a DJ. Why don't you, hire him? And that's when Penta was there. I'll never forget that. It was all because of him. I got to DJ in a big lucha promotion. And I was like, dude, that was tight. Except
awesome.
I didn't know Mexican music very much, so everybody say, "Hey, play this." I'm like, "Oh crap, need to download it." Sorry.
Yeah, he seemed really cool. I only met him one time so far, and that was the first time I'd heard of him. Well, no, I lied. The second time I heard of him was the first time I saw him, and yeah, he did a great job. Him and Lawler tore the house down.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony Khan.
All right. Well, the real reason Dodge holds all that money up there is because they're stuck to his fingers.
Okay.
Because they're so sticky because he loves peanut butter. So my question to you is, what is your favorite cookie or snack?
Or snack. I feel like cookies are snacks. I don't know why you went that way with it. It depends on the day. My favorite cookie, and so now you're going to talk shit. It is peanut butter. So
I like this guy.
I love peanut butter cookies. But favorite snack, I mean, in all reality, it's probably cottage cheese with some frozen blueberries in it.
Oh,
Nice and healthy, good fats, good sugars.
Interesting.
He eats healthy, but loves peanut butter cookies. I like it.
Wow.
Like it.
You can't say no to a good peanut butter cookie.
No, you really can't. As long as it's soft kind, not the
Oh, yeah.
crunchy. Yeah.
Nice and soft. Just melts in your mouth.
Okay, knock, knock, Dodge. Hand is at
Oh,
the door with the knife.
I got apples. I'm not worried.
Ask your question already.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop with the favorite 5 because obviously.
Oh, you
So
can keep
have
going.
you-
Go ahead. Ask me 5 favorite indie wrestling dogs. Let's see.
Hey,
number
don't go
number
there.
one.
Don't go
Number
there.
one, your mom. So let's
Oh.
get that one out of the way.
And he's a face, really? I don't know about this character over here.
I love that.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
God, now you make me lose my train of thought. I hate
Yeah.
faces. I swear to God.
It's
I
okay.
know.
Just sip your money. You'll be fine.
Have you ever wrestled in Southern California? If so, where?
Whoa, I don't know what counts as Southern California. Where's LA? Is LA Southern
LA,
California?
yes.
LA
yes.
Southern.
Then yes. We put a show on during WrestleMania week this year down in
WrestleCon?
LA. No, it was, what was the name of our venue? Oh man, I can't even tell you the name of the venue. Well, where it was in LA. We put a show on with Dark Arts and Pandemonium Wrestling, and yeah, wrestled that. I was in the corner of Warhorse, and I was a giant Slim Jim.
Literally, probably.
Yeah, no, I dressed up like a Slim Jim, and Effie and Alley Cat, they shoved a Slim Jim that I pulled out of my pants into my mouth. So,
Oh. Wow.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm a very visual person.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't want Slim Jims.
So Nathan, before you ask your question, I never knew Panda had her own promotion.
You're learning things every day.
Surprise.
Go ahead,
Go
Nate.
ahead, Nate.
So who's the biggest wrestler you've wrestled so far?
Him.
Myself, the mirror, my ego every day. Oh shit! I don't remember his name. He was out of Utah, and he's a Viking character. He's a big hoss. He's about probably, I think, 6'8", like 450. I don't even know if he wrestles anymore. I haven't seen him forever. One time I met him and we wrestled and put on a big man match. big man slapping meat type of shit. But yeah, I can't remember his name. That sounds terrible of me. I really can't.
Wow.
Damn.
Tony
I guess-
Khan?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a moment and
Oh, God.
slow this down just a minute. Hey
minute?
Dodge, hey Nathan, y'all have dreams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every night.
Duh.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan's
Yeah.
mom's and mine all the time. So
Oh, gosh.
Well, speaking of dreams,
Look at the time. Gotta go, guys.
speaking of dreams, Mr. Big Money Dodge, sir, has a very passionate dream himself. It's called the Big Money Compound. And we're going to give this away because, like I said, you live really close to him. It's an online training school or facility, online training facility. It's going to be $25 a week, $150 a month.
25 a session, buddy.
25 a session, sorry. I stand corrected. I've been doing this 4 times today. So you're welcome. Anyways, the training facility is also near and dear to Mr. Nathan's heart because that training facility is going to be the home of a new wrestling promotion in the state of Washington. That's right, Inclusion Pro Wrestling. So please help Mr. Dodge get trainees for his school. You can find it on Big Money Compound on Instagram, on Facebook.
this isn't going to be like a Waco thing, is it? You're talking about compounds.
No, it's not gonna be like that.
It's not going to be like a Waco, no.
Oh, okay. I was
No.
just making sure. I mean, he's over here holding a wad of money. His mom's in my dreams. Talking about compounds.
Oh,
and
how
shit.
cute.
I don't. I'm just
Most
sounds like
important thing that we want you to take out of this, though, is his first trainer is a Southern California legend. He has faced and beat WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio Jr. Oh, I guess twice. Mr. SoCal Crazy. Okay, so with that being said, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. If you've heard it once, I'm going to do it again at the end of the podcast.
son of a bitch.
Aren't you lucky, huh?
Son of a bitch.
I knew
Before
that was
Mr.
coming.
Dodge had to leave. So much love to Mr. Dodge. Again, find him on Facebook, Big Money Dodge, Big Money Compound. You can even find his partner, Mr. Boom Shasta, on Facebook and ask him questions. But
The
please,
one
please
thing I
Smashed
want
it.
to
get that
see,
compound.
Wait,
I
who's that in the
wanna
background walking behind you?
that's my wife, so back
Oh,
off.
what's up, wife? What it
Keep
do?
dreaming, buddy.
What I
Keep
do?
dreaming. So, I would love for you to meet Jimmy Mayhem, 6'8", about 6'7", 6'8", a member of my group. Maybe I could bring him out to. I don't know if you work for Relentless, right?
Yes.
Okay, maybe we could do a match where you versus him. Two
Maybe
big
in the
guys.
future.
Just,
Let me put a little little premise on this. I am currently inactive, so
injury.
yes.
Well, I hope you heal fast because we're ready to kick your ass. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
just saying.
now.
Should we put your wife on a pole match?
I conveniently withdraw my question to you, sir. So you go ahead and keep tracking, keep smacking.
I have
smacking
nothing
me.
left to say to this little.
I don't know.
Well,
He
I
didn't
wouldn't
really
say
answer
little.
the question about the wife on a pole match thing.
And please, Mr. Price, remember he lives in a town near you, a college town. I believe it starts with a P and ends, with man.
Oh, pole man.
Oh man.
Pole man.
No, but I really do gotta go, guys. It's been a pleasure. I hope we could do business. Keep up the amazing work in the business.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you,
I
sir.
wish you the best of healing.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
You as
Yeah.
well.
You too.
Yes, sir.
All right, Nate, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and ask a question, my man.
All right. So how'd your finisher come to be?
How'd my finisher come to be?
Yeah.
Well, I just went with the choke slam. That was it. No. So actually, when I was trying to figure stuff out, choke slam just works. People want to see big guys choke slamming other people. But I also, depending on what I'm doing, I like to use the running power slam. And if it's somebody that trusts me, then I will do a tombstone as well. Just because you never see those, and so that's big payoff type of stuff. That doesn't happen that often for me. I think I've only actually done it one time, and it was pretty much a blood feud I'd been in, and it was a hardcore match, and so it was a great way to end that match.
Very nice. And coming from somebody that met the Big Show and had him palm his head while he was sitting in a wheelchair, which scared the crap out of me, by the way.
Dude, his hand's bigger than mine.
Your choke slam is very, very nasty looking on, when it comes across on video. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I like to go down with it. Definitely, I don't stand there. I go to the mat too. So gives it that extra.
Makes it looks more forceful when you go down with it instead of just All right, Tony, you're up.
Okay, so the best, in your opinion, the best wrestler turned actor.
Ooh. There's only like 6 of them. Batista, 100%. 100%. If we're talking pure acting skills, then yeah, it's Batista. I mean, he's been in James Bond movies, Marvel, and he can actually act. I mean, The Rock can't act, to be honest. So he's The Rock in everything he does. And what? Triple H? What was that movie? The Chaperone?
Is that one in Blade Trinity?
Yeah. Oh God, don't even get me started on Blade. I will fight everybody. So yeah, I'm going Batista 100%.
I have a funny story about his last movie, The Cabin in the.
I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it, or this is gonna be a podcast from a bed instead of a chair. So.
Well, I am laying in a bed, so that actually works. But no, it's a psychological movie. I mean, you can tell that by the previews. And I live in a nursing home where they turn all the lights off, like at night.
Yeah.
And they come in and check on you. So I'm really into the movie on my tablet, watching it, not paying attention to anything that anybody's doing, until like right towards the end, somebody tapped me on the shoulder to see if I was okay. I almost walked, and I can't do that.
Oh, that's great. Those are always the best ones. Well, good. Now I know that it's a good psychological, so I need to watch it.
Yes, very much so. If you had one dream opponent from any generation, no questions asked, who would it be and why?
You're gonna like this. Kurt Angle. And the reason I say Kurt Angle is because Angle could work with anybody. And I tell people when they ask me about wrestling, I'm not a great wrestler by any means, and I'll never be able to put on a 5-star match. My goal is always just to make the crowd happy, keep everybody safe, and just put on a good match. But with Kurt Angle, I truly believe that I could put on a 5-star match. I would just listen to everything he told me to do, and I think it would just be the greatest match of my career.
I would agree with that. That would be one hell of a match.
Yeah, I know he could pull it out of me. He could pull it out of anybody. He could pull a 5-star out of Hogan. So, shit.
I was going to say, and that's saying something. And that's coming from one of Hogan's biggest fans, growing up. But you're right. That was hard to pull a 5-star match out of Hogan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, Angle and Hogan had matches, didn't they?
Yep, in WWE.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. If Hogan didn't politic, then Angle could pull a 5-star match out of him. If Hogan was a greenhorn, he could pull a 5-star out of him.
Yeah. All right, Tony.
All right, big man. Give us your best WrestleMania card. 6 matches, any promotion, any time frame.
Damn. Okay. Whew. I might lose track of this one, so I hope you're writing it down. Okay. 6 matches, anybody from any time, from anywhere in the universe. So, oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to open the match, or I'm going to open the show with my local boy, Chase James, and Shawn Michaels, with Michaels going over clean. Then we're going to move into a tag match. No, take that back. We're going to move into another singles, and we're going to bring it home a little bit, and I'm going to do Kane and Mankind, with Mankind going over Dirty. Then we're going to do some character work, and we're going to give Zicky Dice and Effie and Bully Ray in a triple threat hardcore match. We go for that. Then we're going to hit intermission. And we'll come out of intermission, and we're going to bring everybody back with, let's say my number 1, so Tommy Lawler. And I would love to have seen him wrestle Chris Benoit. Bring the crowd in for that one. I think that would have been a technical masterpiece. And then our semi-main, we're going to hit, we need a tag match in here. I'm going to go with my favorite tag team of all time, the New Age Outlaws, versus, oh man, gosh. Okay, probably my second favorite, the Good Brothers. And I'm having the Good Brothers go over on that one. And then main event. Ooh. Who do I think could bring in a really good match? Okay. So main event. I think we're going to do, Kurt Angle and Owen Hart for a main. We're going to do an Iron Man match for that.
Oh, yes, thank you. Because that's exactly where my brain was going.
Yeah, did I meet it? Was that it? Did I get it?
Yep.
You got it.
You got
Perfect.
it.
All right. Okay. You guys agree? Disagree with any of that? Would you like to see something different? I'm booking. I'll move shit around. What do you guys want?
No, I love it.
No, that's a good card.
It's a pricey card.
It is. Ironically, with all the main eventers and stuff, the one that made me smile was the Ziggy Dice, Effie, and Bully Ray one. Like, because the idea of, like, the story that they could tell without even telling a story would be hilarious.
So that's what I love, right? You take that so Zicky and Effie kind of fall within the range of each other. So, okay, that makes perfect sense. Put them together. But Bully Ray, he's your fucking X Factor, right? Like, well, what the fuck is this guy doing in here? So that's where you get your story. Like, oh shit, okay, how's this gonna go? So yeah. I think that would be fun.
What's the craziest crowd you've ever wrestled in front of?
The LA crowd. It wasn't big, but it was definitely different. It being WrestleMania week, the feel was in WrestleMania. You felt it in the air. So just being in front of that crowd in LA, it was felt completely different. Maybe it's because I got a Slim Jim shoved down my mouth by Effie, but it just felt completely different than anything I've ever been in before, as far as a crowd. Like, but pure crazy crowd would be probably a show in Idaho at a biker bar. They didn't know what the fuck was going on, and a bunch of gang members everywhere. Or at least, let me rephrase that. Let me take that back. I don't know if they're official gangs, but they're in colors and they're all wearing the same stuff and they're all on motorcycles and there was quite a few of them. And so that was interesting, especially when we're outside of the ring brawling and you have Larry D talking smack to him, and you can tell that these bikers are thinking, is this real or is it not right now? And so then I'm like, are Larry D and I about to beat some asses? Is that what's gonna happen? I'm not quite sure, but I'll just keep my eye on it. So biker crowds.
That'd be the one where you'd look around and be like, do we have security to get out of this place? Because, like,
there was no security. So...
or like a buddy system to get to our cars or something. Just became like. All right, Tony, you're up.
Sorry, I gotta put my phone in. Come on, Tony, what do you got?
Well, he's got nothing because he's on mute.
What is the mark you want to leave on the professional wrestling world when it's said and done?
I've actually thought about this question before. So originally it was to show people that big men didn't just have to be big men. But then I realized that big men do need to be big men. So it switched from that to really just, well, my two big things is, one, I want somebody somewhere to say, Jackson Price put on one hell of a good match. But long term, it's just, it's character work, because I love character. I'm a character guy. And so it's really just that memorable character for people to say, Jackson Price was a lot of fun, did great promos, and just really brought a smile every time we got to see him wrestle.
Very nice. Can you tell us how you formed the A-Team?
Originally we were just hop job together. That was it. A bunch of Canadians thrown together to make a little A-Team action, and we became friends and went from there. And just went on a roll until and pretty much I had an injury, and then, but not wrestling related, and then COVID, and then that, so that put a kicker on a lot of things, as I'm sure you guys know. Yeah. So went on a little journey, and now I'm back at it.
Very nice. All right, Tony.
Oh, is he on mute now?
No, I'm here. Okay, we know you hate the top 5 questions, but we're going to do it anyway. Top 5. You already said your top 2, so I'm going to make it easy. Your top 5 tag teams of all time.
Okay, so New Age Outlaws, Good Brothers, Brothers of Destruction, and this one, I don't even know if I haven't seen anything from it in a while, but are you guys familiar with an indie team called the Voros Brothers out of Canada? Yes. Okay. So I like the Voros just because they're twin stuff. They do great twin work. That's super fun to watch. And then Oh boy. Ew. And you guys, I think, might have stumped me on this fifth one. Well, okay. Steiners. Steiners were always a lot of fun to watch.
Nice.
I like the Steiners. Damn,
So
I feel bad. I only got one indie in there.
What's the best gimmick match you've ever been in?
Well, I keep talking about the Slim Jim, so it was probably that one. I haven't done a lot of gimmick matches. Probably like 3, 2 maybe. So yeah, it would have been when I was the Giant Slim Jim. That was a lot of fun to come out there. The crowd was extremely confused. So, they didn't know what to do at first, so it took a second, and that was great. It was an interesting pop because people wanted to cheer, but they didn't know what they were cheering for until it all registered. Then they started cheering, and then it was, why is there a giant 7-foot Slim Jim in the ring right now? So it was a lot of confusion, but it was great. It was a lot of fun. Plus, I can say I wrestled as, a giant Slim Jim during WrestleMania week.
So my follow up to that is: did you know before you got there that you were going to be the Slim Jim, or was it one of those things where you walked into the locker room and they were like?
No, I knew. We had talked about it. So, are you guys familiar with Warhorse?
Yes.
Okay, so he's been trying to get a sponsorship from Slim Jim for a hot minute now, and so because I said I was on his side, I thought it'd be fun to come out and do that. And so we talked about doing something fun for the weekend, something that people would remember, and now there we go. That's what we did.
So the reason I asked about the if you knew ahead of time, because I was involved in a spot where I didn't know ahead of time until I got there, which I was up at a flea market up in Hillsboro, and my friends were wrestling in the main event, so they were like, but I didn't know they were in the main event, and they're like, we want to hide a cookie sheet behind your back because you're in a wheelchair, and we can, hide it behind there. I was like, all right, well, they're probably going to be in the first 2 matches. So I'm sitting in the hot sun in the middle of the crowd going, anytime now, guys. It's getting a little uncomfortable. And so they finally, in the main event, come out and pull it out. And I go into the back, and I'm like, okay, I love being involved, but next time tell me when the match is. I could have waited until halfway through and then found somebody to put it back behind me.
Oh, that sucks. It's funny, but it sucks.
So, okay, top 5 female wrestlers of all time.
Beth Phoenix. China. Oof. Damn. And stumped after 2. Okay, Beth Phoenix, China. Let me really think on this one. Beth Phoenix, China. Natalya. Yeah, only WWE girls. Damn. He wasn't amazing, but I think she did a lot on Lunger Blaze.
Yep.
And then also kind of piece of shit, but Fabulous Moolah. Just for what she tried to do for women's wrestling, implemented poorly, but
yeah, I would agree on both counts that she did a lot, but you're right on the other part too. So
yeah,
very cool. Okay, sorry, I was doing something.
Were you jerking off?
No, I was actually talking to my daughter.
What are you gonna say?
Okay, so
I'm faced with an attitude.
What are
I was waiting for
your
him to go hand check.
Okay, sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
what are your hobbies besides? Well, wrestling's not a hobby; that's your job. So, what are your hobbies that you enjoy doing when you're not wrestling?
So you can see back here. I collect Funkos. I have quite a few Funko Pops. I collect video games, a lot of video games, and then spend time in the gym, and yeah, just hanging out with friends. Pretty easygoing like that. But I collect the biggest one. It's actually the retro video games. I collect old like Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, stuff like that. On an ever or never-ending quest to own them all. Someday, when I'm dead, maybe it will happen.
That's another thing you and I have in common. On top of my TV, I have almost 3 rows of Funko toy, or the Funko thing.
Nice. Yeah, I started collecting those, and gosh, in like 2000, I want to say 2012, but I'm probably wrong on that. But it's like right when they first came out, because I never heard of them, and I just saw these random little toys. I'm like, oh, these are cool. And then slowly would grab them here and there, and next thing I knew, in like 2017, 2018, all of a sudden they blew the fuck up. And I was like, oh, weird. Took a while. Like, damn, these are worth money? I thought they were just fun little toys.
So if you had a dream tag team partner from any generation, who would it be and why?
Oh, Kane. Done. So as much as I love The Undertaker, I don't tell anybody this, but I think Kane could wrestle better. So I would have liked to have been with Kane. I think Kane and I could have murdered some fools together. It'd been a lot of fun.
I will have to say that Kane had one of the best power bombs to this day that I've ever seen, when he would fall straight, do the front bump with his power bomb.
Yeah, Kane was a workhorse. People have to remember that. He how many Money in the Banks or ladder matches that he did a shit ton of them. So he was ring general. He didn't actually no, he did win one, but he ring generaled the shit out of those. And I mean, how many Royal Rumbles was he in? He never won a Rumble, but he ring generaled the shit out of them. And so Kane's a workhorse. He knows what to do and he knows how to do it. And so I think he's an underrated big man, because I don't hear enough people bringing him into discussion when they talk about Big Ben.
Yep. And now he's probably one very intimidating mayor.
Yeah. Right. I know he's got a six-pack too. Damn.
One of the jokes I like to use about Kane is, you think if somebody goes in and complains about, like, one of his constituents goes in and complains about something, he's got like a little buzzer or something where he can do the whole like pyro thing on both sides of the desk.
Or maybe he just Shane McMahon's them and takes some electrical cables to their balls. So don't forget, he's the mayor, damn it, and he'll do it to you too.
That's right. That's the way he's gonna get reelected, like every time. Don't have to worry about the vote.
He'll just electrocute everyone.
All right, so where can we find you on social media, and when is your next match?
So what's my Facebook? Jackson Price on Facebook, and then Instagram, Jackson Price 7.2. I'm Jackson Price 7 foot. No, I don't remember my Twitter. I don't use Twitter, so I don't remember it. So I just forget I said that. So those are only two. Somebody told me there's a new one, Threads. That just I got an invite. I can't even. I ain't got time for that. So those are my two. Those are my two things. If you all looking for some entertainment, the 7 Foot Man. That is my YouTube channel. I'm working on doing stuff on there. I do comedy Yeah, well, there's a hobby you didn't ask about, or that I didn't mention. But I do stand up. So if you want to see me roast some people, plus I have some other videos. My promos go up on there as well. And then match wise, that's it's up in the air. Like I said, right now I'm on the inactive roster at the moment. I'll probably be there for a minute until I can figure things out. But in the meantime, I am actively recruiting for the A team. I am accepting videos. I've had some people send me some videos. I ask anybody to send me video why you think you should be on the A team. You can be wrestling, you could be cooking, you could be high-fiving a statue. I don't care. I just want the video. So I'm looking to start the A team again, and once I'm ready, we're going to start kicking some ass.
Very nice. And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up too, because I think Tony knew I was going to. So he brought up the Inclusion Pro Wrestling promotion that we're working on.
Yes.
It would be amazing if you're healed up when we do the show, which should be roughly in about a year if everything goes right. If you would come down and do it, it'll be in Pullman, so you can beat up Dodge at the same time.
As long as I have complete control, complete story control over everybody, then that's a possibility. I could probably do that. I like to pull a Hogan.
I'd be able to work something out.
So I need complete creative control and 6 figures. So.
But 6 figures, maybe not. But the control, we might be able to talk.
That's what I tell everybody when they talk. So I want complete creative control over everything. And then we'll talk.
All right. I'm going to do the one more shameless plug for the Big Money Compound.
Go ahead.
Again, as we were saying earlier, $25 a session, $150 a month.
Hey,
Big
you
Money
got it right that
Compound.
time.
Stop interrupting me, forehead, or I'll shut your mic off.
Sorry.
I'm tired of your shit tonight.
Actually, never mind. Keep going.
Is there enough room in that bed for the two of you, or?
So please, this is Mr. Dodge's dream, and he is a great guy. No matter what anybody says about him on the podcast, he is a great guy. Nathan's a great guy too, but without Mr. Big Money Dodge and his compound, Nathan's dream will never happen. So please, everybody, support Big Money Compound. $25 a session, $150 a month. He is also accepting donations for the compound. If you're looking to donate, please let Nathan, myself, or Big Money Dodge know, and we will send you a donation and sponsorship package. Thank you.
Our other two sponsors are the CARE program, which stands for Community Actor Reaching Everybody. And to get a hold of the lady that's in charge of that, is you can get a hold of Becky Bernhardt on Facebook. And Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and lead removal needs. And you can find him on Angie.
All right. Mr. Nos, do you have to have the final word?
No, I'll be nice and let you have it this time.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Well,
even though I should slam you for that intro, and I do have a good one, but I'll be nice.
For Big Money Dodge, for myself, for our guest, Mr. Jackson Price. We will see you guys later. Peace out. And Nathan,
just for that,
it's time for your flea dip. Good night, everybody.
Good night.